Greetings, and thank you so much for tuning in to the Barbara Dean Franklin Show, Real Talk, Real People. I am your host, Barbara Dean Franklin, and today I have the pleasure of sitting with Gabrielle Boyd. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I am wonderful. As you can see, Gabrielle is a teenager who has a vision, a passion to start a radio talk show.
Yes.
And what is the name of your radio talk show?
Know What I'm Saying.
Know What I'm Saying. Okay, well, you know what I'm saying. Where did that come from? Tell me a little bit about where the vision to start this radio talk show came from.
Well, it came from me being able to talk to my parents.
Okay.
I can talk to my parents about anything.
Right.
They sit down, they don't judge me, they don't yell at me. And you know, not everybody has that ability to have a support system where they can talk to somebody.
Right.
So if they can't talk to their parents, they can talk to their peers.
Amen. That is good. That's a wonderful idea, Gabby. So, Know What I'm Saying is going to talk about, you know, what issues are you going to?
It's going to talk about teenage sex, bullies, fashion, you know, trying to prevent diseases, you know, gangs and violence. It's going to make it where they feel comfortable enough to come out and express themselves, but it's going to have views from different people.
All right, all right. And so this is going to be on it's going to be a radio talk show. Okay, and you're going to be the host.
Yes.
Okay, and you're looking for a co-host, is that right?
I'm looking for 3.
Oh, you're looking for 3 other in addition to you, so it'll be 4 in total.
Yes.
Okay, and so tell me a little bit some of the criteria that people have to meet in order to be a co-host on Know What I'm Saying.
Okay, I'm looking for 1 girl, 2 boys, and you have to be the age from 14 to 18, a Michigan resident, a GPA of a 2.0 or higher. You have to provide a transcript and a picture of your high school ID, and you have to submit your resume and a 1-page essay. The first half is why should you be a co-host, and the second half would be you're given 3 different topics and you have to answer the question on your opinion.
Okay.
So
that's good. That's awesome. So as you know, you said that you have an opportunity to speak with your parents about everything. Did they help you with this vision, or did you just go down, sit down, you know, because I know your mother, all right? See, and so Wendy is, you know, grant writer, you know, she's just awesome about some of the things that she does. So did she help you with this, or
she did.
Okay, but you had the vision and you took it to her and she just helped you build that vision.
Yes, my mommy, she's always there. So if I go to her, like, I want to do this, she's like, okay, let's start it.
Exactly. That is exactly the way she is, but that's a whole nother show. So me and her will have to sit down and talk about some of the awesome things that she's doing. So, you know, last week I had a show on suicide awareness. And so as a young teen, tell me just some of the things that you deal with, or maybe not necessarily you, because you're blessed. You say you have parents who are there with you that support you, but as you're out and about in your school and some of the people that you deal with, tell me some of the things that as a teenager that they're dealing with today.
I would say bullying and peer pressure, and again, not being able to talk to someone. Because a lot of teens nowadays, they feel like if they can't talk to someone, then they have no one to turn to, and they're not automatically open. So then they turn to, you know, cutting themselves, taking drugs and stuff like that. And I think mainly the reason is, one, because they don't have anybody to talk to, and I think sometimes parents forget that they were once a teenager. And the other one is because the society that the pressure of society that is put on the teenager. Like, you have to have a certain level of this, and you have to wear these type of clothes, and if you don't meet that level of expectations. So
what I'm hearing you say is that the peer pressure, or the pressure of society today, period. But what I think, you know, that I hear you say, that teenagers need to be their own person first. they need to be able to love themselves and, you know, have a support system where people are loving on them, that no matter, you know, because you wear Pro Kids, so you don't have to wear Gucci, you know, Poochie and Nina Rucci, you know, to be a part of the crowd, you know. We need to speak into the lives of young people, because you never know what a person is going through, you know. So you have somebody that's being bullied and talked about, you don't have the clothes, you don't know what their home situation is, and like you said, they go to cutting, or you know, they're just all this pressure that they cannot, you know, stand. So have you personally seen the effects of bullying on anybody in particular in your surroundings?
People in my school, it wouldn't necessarily be like hardcore bullying, but like they may tease them a little bit, and I'm always the person to stand up for anybody. So I'm always saying, like, just leave her alone, stop messing with her and stuff like that, because if you see somebody being bullied and you don't say nothing, you're considered as a bully as well.
Amen. I believe that, and because, you know, when you allow the bully to continue to bully, then you become a part. They think they can bully you as well, you know. So somebody has to stand up and be a support system. That's just in everything, and that's something that I talk about each and every week on my show, is supporting one another. You know, I have an organization, Women Empower Crossing Path, where, you know, it's a network of women uplifting, supporting, encouraging, and you know, being there for one another, you know. And as a teenager, we as women need to show you how to love on one another, you know, to be real with one another and not, you know, to become fake. So let's talk a little bit about, you know what I'm saying. Tell me, you know, like, what's your vision for this? You're going to get on the radio, you're going to talk, and in a perfect world, if, you know, your radio show can do exactly what you want it to do, tell me what your vision looks like.
My vision would be 4 people, 2 girls, 2 boys, and we all have different opinions. So I want to have a sitting down at a round table having a discussion, because all of our opinions and all of our solutions wouldn't be the same. So I want to provide different solutions, because everybody doesn't think alike.
That's true.
So that's really the main reason. And then, like I said, teenagers listen to teenagers because they think, oh, my mama, you know, she don't understand. Yeah, she don't understand. So if you talk to your friends, you know, you know what I'm saying.
Exactly. You know, I think that's wonderful. Do you envision, man, I see this going on the road. I mean, I'm just, as you're talking about that, I can see you in different cities and, you know, different states, you know, even taking, you know what I'm saying, on the road to a higher level. Because if you look at it, you know, there is cyber stalking, you know, with Facebook, you know, this bullying. And then every time you turn around, when there's a fight, somebody's videotaping it and they're putting it all over the internet. You know, how does that person feel who's been jumped, you know, that, you know, everybody and their mama is looking at that, you know, on the internet. And we have to get better. So my whole thing that I'll ask, you said that a lot of, you know, people are not able to talk to their parents. So do you think the parents have failed some of the teenagers, or, you know, do you think they're just not listening to their parents?
I wouldn't say the parents have failed the teenagers. I would just say that sometimes parents need to remember, like, you had to be 17 before you got to 45. So you have to remember that the issues that you were going through at 17 are the issues that your 17-year-old could be going through. And did you have somebody to talk to? And, you know, it just helps, really. So I wouldn't say the parents have failed. I just think sometimes the parents need to realize and take a step back and remember, like, I was once a teenager. I should sit down and listen to my daughter or my son, because, you know, I never know.
And you don't. And if we look at the world, you know, you are our next generation, you know. And I thank God for your mom and your dad, that they love you enough to listen to you, to support you, to let you be your own person, you know. You know, to come up with the creative ideas, you know, they're not stifling your flow, you know, your flow of creativity, you know, you're going to do well, you know. But for somebody who does not have that support, you know, they need somebody to listen to them. So, and it's great that, you know, you will put this out because here's something positive, you know, that, and like you said, there'll be 4 different opinions, you know, 4 different voices, but I'm sure that you're going to keep it real, you know, and you're looking for a positive solution to a problem, not to create a problem, you know, so I think that this is going to be a really good thing. So do you know where your radio talk show will be hosted?
No, not exactly. My first lady at my church, she used to she was in the radio business, so she's going to help me with that. So
give a shout out to your first lady at your church.
Shout out to First Lady, Miss Lene Brown. I love you.
And what is the name of your church?
Union Second Baptist Church. It's in River Ridge, Michigan.
All right. Well, that's a wonderful thing. So what else, Gabby, do you aspire to do? You know, this is your talk show. What grade are you in now?
Senior.
A senior year?
Yes, I'm so excited.
I know, that's right. I know. I can remember my senior year 40-some odd years ago. That seems like forever. But so what do you plan to do when you graduate?
Well, at this very moment, I'm second in my class, salutatorian. So I'm planning to keep that because nobody's taking my spot. I've worked too hard. So after I graduate high school, I want to go to Stanford University, and my major, I want to do law, and my minor, I want to do architectural design.
Wow, that is just so awesome, you know. And I truly believe that everything that you set your mind to, you're going to accomplish it. I see nothing but great things happening for you because you have your head right, you know, because you know what you want to do, and you've laid a plan, you know, to make sure that you complete that. And the number one thing that you did was you stayed in school. You made sure that you were at the top of your game. You know, and you studied, and look at all the things that you're doing at a young age, you know, and wow, look at the doors that can be open for you, because I see this radio talk show, you know, really taking off for you. You know, I don't want to take First Lady's, you know, thunder or anything, because you could probably come to WIGNTV and have a talk show where you guys really, you know, bring it live and do feet on the street and go out and, you know, talk to people.
That's what I really want to do. Like, I want to have people call in, you know, like even teenagers and parents too. We're not stopping them, like, and you know, because sometimes parents have different views too, like talking back and stuff like that. Like, you have to listen to everybody's side of the story.
And that is true, because it would be a good thing for a parent to call in to just say, you know, hey, my teenager is doing this. You know, what, as a parent, you know, what can we do? You know what I mean? Because sometimes we have to think outside of the box. You know, we have to just kick the box and throw it away, you know, because things are changing today, and everybody, you know, it is different. So you do have to listen, you know, for everybody's point of view. But if people wanted to find out more about Know What I'm Saying, do you have like an email address or a telephone number that you're giving people so they could call you?
Yes, an email address.
Okay, what is that email
Know
address?
What I'm Saying @gmail.com. KNOWWHAT SAYIN @gmail.com.
@gmail.com. So Know What I'm Saying, if you are interested in possibly co-hosting or, you know, just being a part of the startup of Know What I'm Saying, make sure that you email Know What I'm Saying @gmail.com. And that's NOWWHATIM SAYN.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So you say you already have your mission and vision statement?
Yes.
Okay. What's your mission?
Mission is bringing awareness to teenage issues and providing accomplishable solutions.
Okay. So that's awesome. That's awesome. And I think, again, I think that it's going to be a great thing, because so much stuff is going on in the world right now. And we need, you know, our teenagers to step up. And be better people, you know, and be the best people that they can be, you know. I don't think that anybody wakes up in the morning and say, you know, hey, I just want to, you know, I want to be bad. I don't want to succeed in life. You know, I want to be a failure. I think that if we gave them more hope and things to do, because, you know, the world is changing. When you said that, you know, we were 17 once, but I was 17 in a world that's totally different from the world that you guys are growing up in today. We had a support system. There wasn't a lot of jealousy, because we all had the good fella box. You know, we were all from the same social economic background, and I mean, but there was teasing, and that's what it was called then. Teasing, not bullying necessarily, the way it is today. But we had a support system because it took a village, and we were all in it together. And today, because so much is going on, a lot of people don't, you don't even know your neighbors. Right. You don't even, forget about getting a cup of sugar or anything like that. People, you look out the door and like, oh, okay, that's the lady next door. I'm not opening the door for her, and you never know that the people next to you are hurting, and they need to be loved on, and they need to be helped. And yesterday was my birthday.
Oh, happy belated birthday.
Thank you. And my daughter's birthday was Sunday. And so some of her friends were on my page, and they were saying, Ma, thank you for being a part of my life, and sometimes you forget the people that you may affect, that you help. Right. But what you're going to be doing will probably help a lot of people, because I believe that young people are hurting.
Yes, they are.
They're hurting from lack of love, from lack of care. They think that nobody cares about them. Right. But we do, and we want to see them be successful, so definitely if there's anything at all I can do to help you, I definitely will do that. What I want you to do, Gabby, is I do want you to look into that camera. I want you to talk to some young person. I want you to talk to somebody that has a vision, and maybe they don't have the support that you have, but just encourage somebody right now.
Okay, so my name is Gabrielle, and I have been through many things in my life. My only brother died at 17 years old. He had a heart attack, and at the time I was 13 years old. And at that particular time, I could have lost my way. I could have started having sex. I could have been doing drugs. I could have been introduced to a whole nother world. But I decided to stay on the right track, continue to get my grades, and I decided to do it for him. Amen. Because I know he loves me still. Yeah. And I loved him, and I wanted to make him proud, and I still do. So when you hear people talking about you or you see it, don't pay any attention, because you have to love yourself. You have to know your self-worth. Don't let anybody, parents, grandparents, cousins, family, stop you from doing what you love, because it's what you love. Nobody can make you happy but you. Before anybody else can make you happy, make yourself happy. Like, I take a lot of selfies. Okay. And then my mom, she's like, always taking pictures. Well, if I don't love me, nobody else will. You know
what? I'm sitting here and I'm looking like I'm listening to you. I'm like, well, where's the girl that said she was nervous when she walked in this door? But you are so on point. And if you do not love yourself, nobody else will. Now, for me, I'm 58, okay? And I've been sexually abused as a young child, addicted to crack cocaine from 87 to 94, thought I needed a man to make me happy, was looking for love in all the wrong places, equated sex with love. I've been through the fire, but it was not until I started to love me that I realized who I was. So we can stop some young person from going through all of the heartaches and pains, that other people have gone through. You hit the nail on the head about loving yourself, doing something for you, not allowing anybody to steal your dream or your joy. Somebody else may say, well, you can't do that, it's unattainable, but you just continue to say, yes, I can.
And when people say impossible, it's just another way of saying I'm possible.
And that's what the Suicide Awareness Conference is next week. I'm possible. I said I really love that play on words, because all things are possible for those who love the Lord and who are called according to his purpose. And I know for a fact, Gabrielle Boyd, that you are called and you're going to do great and wonderful things. And it's not just going to be for you, because God has a calling that's bigger than you on your life, but it's going to take a you to make it happen. And I truly appreciate you coming out and sitting with me and sharing your vision. And give the email address again.
Know what I'm saying? KNOWWHATIM SAYIN@gmail.com.
Know what I'm saying. And so Know What I'm Saying is going to be a radio talk show.
Yes.
It's going to be with 4 hosts, 2 girls, 2 young men.
Yes.
And the ages will be from 14 to 18. And I know that you said if you're under 18 years old, you have to have parental consent to be a part of the show. And do you know if you're going to just do this one day a week? How have you set that up?
Because it's my senior year, so I will have a lot going on. So I probably will do it more on the weekends because everybody else has school too. Like, yeah, I think so. From 14 to 18, you're still in school.
Right.
So I think, you know, weekends will be better so everybody can meet up. And I know after that I have the auditions, my potential candidates. Say if I have 5 potential candidates, I want to take them on a dinner date.
Okay.
And we're all going to sit down and have a discussion. And then, you know, a couple of days after that, I'll call the ones back who I think should be my co-host.
Okay, that's going to be great. That's going to be great. And your hand is in it from the very beginning. It's your vision, your idea. You'll make the decisions. You'll decide who stays, who goes. So that's going to be a great thing. Do you see, as you're doing this talk show, I don't know why, because I see you maybe hosting like a conference where, you know, they're calling in and you're doing your talk show, but then you branch off and maybe get a room full of people together. Have you thought about doing maybe
I still want other people, like I want guests to come in and like people from my neighborhood too, because you know there's some popular people in my neighborhood. So I want them to come in, and then once I get an area that's big enough, I want to help other people live their dream too. Like if you want to sing, play something of yours on the radio if it's appropriate and stuff like that. I want to give everybody the opportunity because I know how hard it is to try to get that opportunity. Right.
Well, that is just a wonderful thing. What high school do you attend?
Academy for Business and Technology. It's in Elfindale. ABT.
Okay. And you want to give a shout out to anybody?
Yes, a shout out to my principal, Miss Bell. I love her so much. And Miss Presley and Miss Blake, my counselors.
Wow, that's good. So in your school that you're going to, you have a good support system there?
Yes. Like everybody knows me. It's a small school. We're a school of, I would say, roughly 375 kids. So when you do need someone to talk to, it gets around fast. Like, you know, she's down, and, you know, teachers, like some of my favorite teachers pulling me in the classroom, Gabby, what's wrong? So it's not just my parents that I have to talk to, but it's other teachers. And it is other students in my school who will put me to the side and be like, you know, let's talk. What's going on? So we do have that connection.
That's a wonderful thing, you know, and I think that's something that we need more of, is just supporting one another and recognizing, you know, sometimes it may not be what you say, but what you don't say. You know, they could look at you and like, Gabby is not her chipper self today. You know, she's not smiling as much. So something is going on. Let's find out what's going on with her. Because a lot of times people walk past you like they don't care. You know, it's about me. It's all about my world. So I'm not really concerned with you. And so I'm glad that, you know, your school is supporting you like that. But with the smaller school, it's easier to do that. You know, our children today are being put in classrooms with a whole lot of people, and then they're emulating, you know, just the things that they see. And so we've got to just give them something positive to do, positive to look at. And know what I'm saying? It's going to be something that can be theirs. You know, like back in the day, we used to have the Scene. I know you don't know anything about that, but the Scene was a dance show, you know, where they can go and people were dancing and doing their own things. And today, I'm sure there are some things, you know, they have cheerleading and different, you know, activities. My girlfriend, she started a book club, the Homies Book Club, for her son and some of his friends, you know. So we have to get creative and do different things. We can't wait for people to come and save us, because nobody's coming to save us. We have to save ourselves. And you've come up with something that's really brilliant, and I hope that you know how great that, you know, this is. That's going to be a wonderful thing. I am so glad that your mom trusted me enough to bring you onto the show, to allow you to share with my audience, and now maybe your viewing audience, you know what I'm saying and what's going on. So we are going to get ready to wrap up.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you, is there anything that I haven't asked you that you wanted to share with people?
No, I think you pretty nailed everything. It's just funny how the name came about. I was in the car talking to my mom about it, and we were thinking about like, okay, so what we gonna name it? And then I was like, I was trying to explain to her what I was saying, and it was like, you know what I'm saying.
Right,
like,
exactly.
I'm trying to get you to understand this.
Right,
so that's how the name came up. So I just like that.
You know, it's really funny because the very first time that I was interviewed on this network, and Pastor Kay, she was interviewing me, and I kept saying to her, you understand? You know, and it's like, you know, I know you understand, you know, but it was just something I kept saying. Yeah, so that's how I ended up with my closing statement, because the way that I close out every week, it always says, you know, you understand in there. So I do know what you're saying, you know, when you're talking about that. And I thought that it was a great name, because immediately when she said, you know, she sent it and I saw it on there, you know, I could hear myself trying to identify with people, telling them something and then saying to them, you know what I'm saying? You know, so that's good. It's a really good thing. But we're going to get ready to wrap up the show. Again, I thank you. And please continue to be encouraged. Continue to wear that smile. Continue to love your brother and let him live in your heart. You know, never let him die, and always make him proud. And I'm very proud of you, and I know that your mother is too. And everybody that crosses your path will be blessed, because you are a blessing. You are a very good young lady. But I knew that the first time I met you, you know, that you had something that was very special about you. And so you keep fighting the good fight of faith.
Thank you so much.
Again, if there's anything that I can do for you, my hand is extended, and I don't, you know, don't just think that I'm saying that, because I definitely mean it.
I know what you're saying.
Yes,
but thank you so much for having me here today.
It's been a pleasure, Gabby. It's been a pleasure. And so give the email address one more time for Know What I'm Saying. If anybody is out there that want to reach out to Gabrielle to be a part of this awesome event. So
Know What I'm Saying, KNOWWHATIMSAYIN@gmail.com.
All right. Well, Gabrielle Boyd, thank you so much again.
Thank you.
And I'm going to end the show the way that I always do, thanking my viewing audience for tuning in. And hopefully I've given you something that is very enlightening. It is really time that we reached out and wrapped our arms around our young people, our teenagers, and helped them to live their dreams. Here's a young lady that is living her dream, and it will be an awesome thing. So I'm going to end the show saying to you, from my beating heart to your beating heart, I love you. You understand? Okay.